Greetings everybody, how you doing? I am El Roche and I'm coming back at y'all again with another video. I hope everybody has brought in the new year just right. I know I haven't talked to y'all since it was in December. So I hope everybody, bringing in 2019 exactly how they want to. Of everybody in this entire world is having a good day today. I really do. Sending good vibes and good spirits out to everybody. But I also want to send a, hey, how you doing? To all my beautiful melanated people out there in the world, because it is indeed Black History Month. And it feels, I feel good because I had a great, couple of days. But it's Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it now. Excellence, Black excellence all around, sprinkled all around me. But there's just so many things that have been going on in this beautiful month of ours, that is all ours, that makes me, that raise an eyebrow. No, I did not watch the Grammys at all last night. I did not catch the Grammys at all last night. I'm that type, I hit things up on DVR and on demand, and we'll fast forward and maybe see what we want to, but I might look like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks. I don't know when I'm gonna look. I didn't even look into Jennifer Lopez's Motown tribute, which I heard people said that it was good, but I got this. What's going on with that? I love Jennifer Lopez. I grew up on Selena Quintanilla's music. I remember Jennifer Lopez, JLo, was to play the part of her, and I couldn't understand why people were upset because she was Puerto Rican playing a Mexican singer. I thought she just looked like her. She's beautiful. She's like, this is cute. I remember her from Dancing and Living Color. So yeah. Now at that point in time, that made perfect sense as to why y'all tripping. Chill out. She's great. Let her be great. And so she continued on and did that. But for this one, girl, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? We didn't have anybody. We didn't have anybody that can sing a Motown tribute for some of the greats. But I mean, when we think of Jennifer Lopez, and that's no disrespect to her because she is an icon in her own right. I love Jennifer Lopez. She is known for dancing. She is known for acting. You do not think of JLo as a powerhouse, as somebody that will move your soul. If R&B the genre, let alone. But if Motown, if we're going to sing some Motown hits, you need something that's going to make a soul rumble. And we're going to leave it at that. Gucci for real? Gucci for real? This is nothing new. We're used to make high-end lines doing something so disrespectful to many different groups, not just people of African descent, but many different groups have been disrespected by different lines. And you know what happens? Nothing. Consumers continue to buy. People that got the money will still spend it. So I don't know what the tactic was for that. They knew they were going to get backlash. Who up in corporate, in advertising, who in marketing, who saw this and greenlit it? Do y'all have a colored person up in there? Why don't y'all find y'all one? Find y'all a token one that'll just look over things and be like, nah, they're gonna go off on y'all with that one. Don't do yeah. Or is it everybody who's on board? Everybody's cool with this. They know that it's gonna get what? Attention, publicity. Somebody's gonna look at it. Somebody's gonna like it. There's many bigots in the world that got money that feed into this anyway. That type of caricature. People downplay the minstrel and the, I'm gonna say it wrong, gollywog caricatures. Like, people don't really understand the history behind that illustration of us. People really don't understand the power of art and illustration, and how that, along with whatever storyline that was written, was of us. And the way to minimalize it and to downplay it is to do things like make postcards or small porcelain figurines of it, or make little dolls that you give to your babies and pass on to them that look like little black dudes with red lips. Are my lips that red? I didn't know my lips was that. I mean, gosh. And then y'all do this at a time when Gucci Mane is like so pristine and clean, and I'm like, I love his name because one, it's a high-end brand, but two, like Gucci Mane. I'm from the South. I'm born in the wrong decade. That's Gucci. If we in this deep Louisiana somewhere and everybody know about that Gucci Mane, like, can you picture 1930 knowing somebody named Gucci Mane and you know that he was cool? You know that he was slick. Okay, that's all. Who's supposed to be wearing that sweater? Who's supposed to be wearing that sweater? Me? They know they wanted to put somebody colored in there because it would have matched real good. But I guess they wanted that contrast. Where are we going in that sweater? But that was one of the ones I'm saying I'm okay. Yeah, when the time comes when I step into that realm and I'm able to afford this like I do Walmart clothes, then Gucci will be one of the stores that I will hit up. That's fine. I'm doing just fine down here at the low end, baby. I'm fine. Forever 21, just please don't do this to me. Please, all right? H&M, I already got I had to think internally. Would I want my son to wear a shirt that says the coolest monkey on the block if I know we finna get paid a couple bands for it? We don't want to have to think that hard with brands. We just want to like something and get it. I have no problem in my soul letting Tommy Hilfiger go. I let that go along. You 80s, 90s kids and babies know Tommy Hilfiger said it. He didn't make his clothes for us. He did not make his clothes for us. That wasn't it. And at that time, it's crazy because the only reason I knew of Tommy Hilfiger is because everything I saw on Black Entertainment, my sister stayed Tommy Hilfiger down. Even when I'm at the thrift stores, I won't even purchase his brand, and that don't even go directly to him. I just don't want to wear it. So brands, get it together. Find different and new creative ways to try and get money and attention. You stand good where you at with your name alone. Why would you have to down and make a joke out of another group as the way you do? Come on now. Anybody's in there saying, oh, you tripping, you need to chill, oh, it's not that serious. You're part of the problem too. The ones that say that things aren't that serious and it's just a this, or it's just a quote, or it's just a picture, it's just a doll. Do you understand the impactful history behind those things? Think about that. Next, 21 Savage. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I put 21 Savage in a group of rappers, and I'm tis because I've opened my eyes to him, just like the veil has been lifted to a lot of people and things and spirits and energies throughout here. I did put 21 Savage in that category of rappers that I had no clue what they were other than Lil, and they mumbled. I did not take them serious. And from what I understand, his music in the beginning was somewhat on that same almost wavelength of the ones I'm thinking of. I don't need to name them. Y'all know the ones. All of them just look like they don't feel like it. I don't think we had a clue that 21 Savage was actually from the UK, the United Kingdom. Like, what? Like, it's hard for me to even process this. This ATL rapper that we know is not really from here like that. 21 Savage came into the States, into this country, when he was 12 or 13 years old with his legally with his parents, who made a life here, grew up here, and his visa eventually expired. And I believe that he was in the process, it was pending. He was going through the process trying to get his stuff renewed, you know, get it legit. But baby got arrested by ICE. That is the story of a lot of people that have come to this country trying to make a better living for themselves. They have children who are here, they grow up, and papers could be right, papers could not. But how I'm feeling right now, I don't even want to say too much because I'm scared they might tap too far into my lineage and find a reason to kick me out and send me somewhere else, okay? And I was born here, my parents were born here and everything. But that's really how I feel like where this rabbit hole is finna go. Before my eyes were open to everything, I was that closed-minded person that was here from the South, from Texas, who only knew of, man, it's a lot of people coming here, Hispanic, different countries who ain't on papers, they not legit. Like, why don't y'all just go through the process? But then growing up, knowing people who are trying to do it the right way, who are trying to go through the right lines, yet they still go through strife and still end up getting sent back. Yet the process is so drawn out in the way that it's set up, that is meant to be set up to put a blockage or standstill or hold on people who are trying to legally do it, so that we can have a slew of people coming illegally trying to get here from away from whatever terrible situation that they're leaving from. Isn't it exactly what the whole premise of this land is built on? When we just look at it through the rose-colored glasses of being an American, the foundation of this country, the premise of it was to be a place and a land that is new, that is free from the old whatever that you were leaving. Now that's the cute thought of it. Now let's think for real. The foundation of this country and the building and start of this country was built on the blood and backs of everybody else. Why we can't let everybody else in too? Proper protocols, let's do that. Let's keep the bad guys out, because there are plenty bad guys around here. All y'all that's not here and that's coming here, there's some bad guys here too. There are some bad guys whose roots dig deep into this very soil. If you are not an indigenous person within these Americas, if you are not already here, if you got on a boat from somewhere, from Great Britain, from Portugal, from Asia's, any one of them, if you're not born here, then you ain't got the birthright. You ain't got the birthright. Baby, I was dragged here. I was dragged here and I was lost and my eyes are a little open now. So, I mean, my blood helped build this country too. Okay? The first thing they said on the tours when I was in D.C., but for first thing with the Capitol, with the White House, let it be known that slaves built it. Let that be known. Let that be known that we built the economy. The colored people as a whole, but melanated, we built the economy. Cotton and the dollar, baby. That we in high cotton. You hear that saying? Remember that. If you in high cotton, you high rolling, baby. My little antennas go off a little bit when it comes to what did he do now to cause them to pursue action in this manner. He has already had, is it a felony that he had on his record expunged? He got in trouble 2 or 3 times. He was not born here and he got into some big trouble. Why y'all didn't know that he wasn't from here and just handle that and send him home, or do the due process to get him up out of here? Why y'all wait till now? Why do y'all wait till a time when he is more conscious? Why do you wait till a time when he is more doing more for his community? Why is that? He did something speaking on the border. Is it because his song? I love his song. How much money you got? A lot. Watch that music video. Very impactful. No, they cinematographer. I know words, baby. I really do. But when they know how to capture pictures properly, it is good. But my antenna's up. What is it about him now that caused him to have to leave? I mean, you want to keep the bad guys out and keep the good guys here, but if somebody has really changed and has really given back, and y'all wait till the time that they're giving back and doing good to do something, you're making an example out of him. Or there's some other deeper stuff that we don't know about as to why they trying to move him along. We're going to leave that at that. I put Jussie Smollett on here. I love Jussie. I love his sister, baby. I love Eve's Bayou, okay? I loved Empire. I haven't watched because I don't be watching TV like that. And to hear that something like that happened to him was, this shit's terrible. That's terrible. If somebody went through something as heinous as that, that's terrible. Now, what's even more terrible is that people are coming out and saying that he lied. And I'm sorry, but the way the story is the way people acting, the way the story kind of drawn out, and just the way just the way something is in me, something feels fishy about that. And if we are wrong, and then we need to sit in the wrong and really need to be there for that brother, which I am, absolutely. You say he's a victim, he is. Just something in here feels very funny about the authenticity of that. Now, what I want to talk about with the Jussie Smollett situation is how the subject, the discussion that it kind of opened up within the Black community. And it's something that really bothers me when it comes to the LGBT, QRSVIP, and the Black experience. Now, I in no way, shape, or form, as a Black woman I'm one of them alphabets in there. As a Black woman, I'm not gonna say that the Black experience is equal to that of the LGBT experience at all. No, I'm not gonna say that. One person's path and life is not the same as another. One strife is not the same as the other. We're not comparing in that nature. All I'm saying is, to my people out there, can you stop and really look at yourself through proper lenses? Because there's a lot of hypocrisy within the Black community, which it always is. We always got this, you better not say that about me, or me or nothing, but we quick to talk about another. I'm seeing a whole lot of animosity and ignorance towards the LGBT community when it comes to my people, my Black folks. I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to see that. Oh, I do know, because you are sitting within ignorance that was taught to you and passed down to you by your environment and people around you. You were taught stereotypes that were pushed onto you from your environment, i.e. your lineage and what you are around. So you have no choice but to sit in ignorance and darkness to what another group is going through. Because this man is known on the internets, and I had to stop following him because he made a post talking about somebody trans going through something, getting some type of violence to them, and basically saying, feel no sympathy for you getting some wrongdoing done to you because you don't know if you a man or a woman anyway. It was something like that. It hurt my heart seeing the comments because people were just so cold and so heartless to trans people, to gay, bi, homosexual, just queer, anybody in that group. And the stuff that they said was like you do not see yourself as the man, the bigot white man. Like, you don't see it. You cannot see it. They were really saying they don't mind putting hands on somebody for looking at them. I seen people say that in the comments. There are people who were in our community who were killed for not even whistling at white women. And y'all sitting here saying that if one of them looked at you, you would like beat the shit out of them till they die? Like, what? That nobody sees the correlation here. So I said a comment all kumbaya, and I was like kind of low-key repping too. Like, y'all don't see what y'all saying. And they were going in. They were like, kill him. Come. You too. I had to get up out of there. I'm just going to unfollow him as a whole because I think that their soul tribe, are those what they're called? That is his ecosystem and that is theirs, and I don't want to fall too deep into it. There's another brother I watch who promotes nothing but Black empowerment videos, natural videos, save the animals. I love his channel, I really do. But he put a video up of a trans woman who got into an argument with somebody at a kiosk at a rental car place, and they wouldn't service her. And so that's all it was. The comments was going in, and I commented again. I commented directly to him. I mean, how do you have a channel that is about self-love and wanting people to understand our strife and trouble, yet you're opening up dialogue for people to bash and go in on a group that they don't understand, that they're ignorant to. I said that I sure feel sorry for any trans or LGBT black followers that you have that are going through something right now. Why are you putting people in a position like that? There are people here who are black, who are very black, who are doing all Black Lives Matter things, who are talking about black strife and subjects that are going on within the black community that's hurting us, and they're trying to help us, who are also in the LGBT community. So you putting them in positions now where they don't know where they're supposed to be going. I said I'm one of them alphabets. I have to speak up for a group that I come to know. I know of trans people. I know people who are asexual. I know people who try everything. It's not fair to speak onto them in the tone and speaking for not hundreds of years, because we only been recently being able to speak freely about the abuse and the language that is used and constructed on us to keep us down. And we sitting here talking about another group? Come on, y'all. Come on. The NFL players saying cheers to the light-skinned babies. I don't even know all them players. All I know is I just put up a video about R. Kelly, and I literally said, y'all don't care about black girls. And then I literally said, it's in the music. And then I literally said, you get on the NFL and you get a white woman anyway. Not disrespecting any white women, because I love all of us that love us. I love all of us. But that's just the real when it comes to us in our community. And to see a video of these players, majority of the male players all of them were black, but they were chocolate toned, dark toned, and all of their wives were white or not black, and they were cheers. I'm not feeling upset about that, because that's nothing new. There's nothing new to this story. I'm upset because, it's Black History Month. Y'all can say that to March. Y'all can say that to St. Patrick's Day, child. Like we had to do that on this month. It's not gonna sit here and act like there isn't a group of people who think this way. I'm not talking about the white women. I'm talking about the black men. We're gonna get to the counterparts later. I'm talking about the brother. I'm not gonna call them the brothers. I'm talking about the black men that do think this way. Not even just them. The black men and black women who seem to think this way. They aim to the strive, and the end game is to be with something that is not of you. And that is the truth. Once they get on and they have a certain status and they're at a certain level, that means that the playing field is completely open. And white women have basically been the forbidden fruit of black men since it's been drilled to us to hate ourselves. That has always been. So men do aim to get the prize. But I read a book his name is Iceberg Slim. It was like an autobiography of him. He's a real pimp. He a real dude who wrote books while he was in prison about his experience in the streets, I think Chicago. And he spoke and this is around the time when, pimping was strong. Okay. And baby, he said that's you get the car, you're getting on, you get the money, you're getting the status. You want you a white girl on your team. You want to get you a white girl on your arm to show that you made it. I get it. I get it, because this is something that there's this image that has been impounded, engraved into us since the beginning of how of something to strive for, look like, be like, want around you. So if you think to have a piece of that on you, then you will be that much closer to what are the women getting from this? Well, we know what the women are getting from. Like, would they really be talking to these men if they really were checking out at Target and he was there? Would they? Or do we know that they in it for the money? I mean, I'm not just going to say that, but majority of the times, that's what the cases are. They see financial gain. They see financial status. And they also am enamored by, as much as we see, as much as it has been engraved into us for all those years, how standards of beauty and things to strive to look and be like. At the same time, don't ever get it twisted, but everything that's going on with us has always been a draw to them as well. So of course, but all they're getting out of it is they getting their mixed babies. They wanted their mixed babies. Somebody made a point about they're building a whole subculture of people, and that's true. Biracial people aren't necessarily all the way black. They're not necessarily all the way white. They're a whole group in itself. But somebody else said, nah, they think that they diluting and getting it twisted, but it always comes back to black. Before you know it, black will still engulf and still become the majority of the mix of the elixir. I said, that's deep. That's some full circle stuff right there. But one of the main groups who, not main, because I know of other Asian cultures too do this a lot. You can look at the portion of Asian women dating white men more so than Asian women with other Asian men. There are other groups that do this as well, but our group do it hard too. We strive to dilute and step away from that from which we came. And I'm gonna call my family out. We like that. My family has that mentality. The less amount of black you have in you, the more something you are. I've seen portraits in Caribbean countries, and I can't remember where, but it makes me so sad. And it's like beautiful. It's illustrations of a grandmother sitting down, dark-skinned chocolate grandmother sitting down with her daughter, who is the mother, a little brighter than her, who is praising her daughter, who is a little brighter than her, who has a babe who is white, just about white, and the Spaniard daddy is right there. That picture makes me so sad because the illustration of the picture was like this a good scene, like this a good thing, like this is like you made it now, creme de la creme, because you made it now. And it just baffles me why people want to step so far away from it. I feel so alive now that I've more so been awakened and I'm stepping back into it. What happened to mother? When you cut mother, and this is black mother, and I'm saying black mother, but please other groups, listen to my words and you insert whatever your mother is into it. But when we cut black mother out, we cut tradition out. Who's carrying on the recipes? Who knows the stories? Who's speaking of the stories? It gets me emotional thinking of that, because people have done a very good job at doing exactly that, cutting out mother. Who's passing down the dress? Who's getting the garments ready? Who carried the language? When you come out of your mama's womb, she is your God. She is God to you. If that was the only being you knew, and somebody asked you who is God, you would say your mama, because she is the source of your food. You came from the darkness, and she is the first thing you saw. You know what I'm saying? So when you cut her out of the picture, you cut all of you out the picture. So then that leads me to believe, because I'm not going to speak on all black men, but some of you out there who feel like you aim to dilute your family structure, but you call yourself like an activist or doing things that are for the black community, I question that. I slightly do question that. I'm going to need more check marks because things don't calculate to me. Because when you cut mother off, you cutting the culture off. And we'll leave that at that. Let's speak briefly on Liam Neeson and his remarks that he made pertaining to where he got his energy from. He has a new flick coming out. Is it Iceland? Ice Pole? Somebody said Taking on Ice when I listened to the read, child. They said Taking on Ice. That's why I love that show. The interviewer asked, where did he draw his from to do all that he do in his action films? And he decided to delve back and talk about a time 30 years ago when a good friend of his was sexually assaulted by a black man. And he said he was so angry and upset that for a week straight he went walking around with a club type weapon to find a black bastard. I don't recall him saying the black bastard. I don't recall him saying the guy that did it, but I remember it was like in general, a black bastard. And the interview was like, because it threw everybody, I guess it threw a full loop. If that, this is not the time or the place, Liam. This ain't the time or the place. I understand people change. People have different mindsets through different stages of life. Liam Neeson may not be a racist man. I don't know that man. The energy that he provoked at that time, that was a racially charged time, action, feeling, motion, emotion, all of that he did was all wrapped in a little racially charged cloud. But if he would have had somebody, Viola, somebody sitting next to him at some event that pertained to it, and he spoke on that and he fixed that, then that would have been great. They probably still would have had them pushing marketing out, but no. Instead, he decided to do it and talk about, yeah, it was terrible, it was terrible, it was terrible. But he said it in a way like, this is a tool that I use to be able to do things to make me money and make me movies. Like, this is not acting workshop class. And even if it was, I don't think that's a very good tool to tell anybody that that'll be an awkward moment for that class. And he got dragged, of course. And I'm not going to speak too much on that because that's how he felt. That's what his energy was. I don't know that man personally, so I don't know where it's at right now. But the shit he said at that point in time was like, yuck. There's this Martinez chick, and not the cool Martinez chick that's from Fast and Furious. There's another Martinez chick who always got some like, what are you saying, girl? But she said that of course he's not racist. Didn't you see how he was tonguing down Viola Davis in the movie? Girl, if you don't shut that is the last thing you're supposed to say. We have been fetishized. Since the beginning, we have been victim to all types of sexual deviance. Like, we have been victim to that forever. And it's done by some of the most racist, hateful people out there. So for you to fix your lips and to say, how could he be racist because he's tonguing it down? I mean, Master came and went to the slave quarters every night and tongued down a whole bunch of people. That don't mean that he loved them. That don't mean that he respected them. That don't mean that he saw them as human even, okay? So please don't do that. What? Like, that made me laugh. That tickled me. I know people personally. I knew people who were Hispanic, who were Mexican, who talked bad about black people every chance they got, who talked bad about black women specifically every chance they got. But every time you look around, they got with a black dude to the point where they got black baby daddies now and going through black baby daddy problems that a lot of black women going through. I knew somebody who is white, who is gay, who had a black fiance, and told me that they papa was racist. Like, and who would say things to me. And mind you, I'm speaking of these two people because he told me and she told me I don't act like a normal black person. Hey, black people, if anybody fix their lips to you and they tell you you don't act black, run for the hills, baby. They don't know real black people. They don't know that we come in all different shades and colors and know-hows. I'm country and hood and ratchet, and I'm very well educated too. And I'm woke too. And I'm spiritual too. Wow. So when people tell you that, run for the hills. This is going to be the very last thing I talk about to follow up, and I hope that it touches some people. And this is why I now feel like it is Black History Month. Now I feel like it is Black History Month. I'm going to add this in Black Excellence. Anybody that is just opening up dialogue with us, you are Black Excellence. Thank you. Thank you. This past Saturday, I got invited to a discussion at the Houston African American Library at Gregory School here in the historical 4th Ward of Houston, Texas. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something right now, and this is shame on me, and this is shame on people around me. Coming to that establishment, the first thing I asked the receptionist was, hey, how long y'all been here? And she said 10 years. 10 years this building has been here, and I did not know of its existence. I have not been sent on a field trip there. We have not done anything pertaining to this place. So I'm grateful for this past weekend for bringing me there. And I will be back. So there and that part wraps into trust. It wraps into what I'm speaking on and talking about. This discussion was led by a beautiful woman, her beautiful spirit. Her name is Reverend Ann Lister, and her husband, Reverend Ronnie Lister. Yes, saying it right, Ronnie Lister. I say Reverend. They are they're members of the church. I think the church is Unity. I'm gonna say it wrong. It is not a traditional Christian church at all. They more so delve into African spirituality. I will definitely have to check them out one of these days. And so great being part of the discussion. It was basically a round table talk. It was African American, me, a couple other African American people, one who was born first generation, so born here in the States, but their family is from the Caribbean. Then we had the majority of the direct African participants were Nigerian. So it was great balance, great to be able to talk and to have dialogue. Only so much you can talk about in a couple hours when it comes to walking our path from where we at. Like she asked the Nigerians particularly, what stereotypes did you learn about Black Americans before you got there? And then some of them kept it real. They only knew about Michael Jackson, whatever. And some of them kept it real. And it was like, we heard y'all are lazy, y'all are this, y'all are that. And it's like, it's real. That's the ideal that was brought to them. And then the question was asked to us African Americans, what is the stereotype that was put on to us from our direct African brothers and sisters? And from my aspect and what I said, it wasn't so much that there was so many negative things driven to me, but it was the fact that there was no connection whatsoever. I'm telling you, I was in middle school when I first saw that there were Black people in different places of the world that spoke Spanish. That blew my mind. I was 12 or 13 years old. I did not know. And then there were other people who had different stereotypes told to them about how, they're savages. They only live in huts. They have no type of education. And it's one thing I found to be so true with both the groups of where they were fed this information from. The fact that the media was so good at portraying both of us and their Western view of Africa. Baby, don't start, Coco. Don't start barking with them dogs. It ain't the time. Their view of us, where we at, they were fed every single negative stereotype that a lot of people are fed about Black Americans. The one that we seen of them, they were like, one of them said, I watched Tarzan. And the view of Africans to them, the media has always portrayed us in the most negative light. And y'all gotta wake up to that. Why is that? Why people going out of their way and putting so much energy? Really think about that. That was the commonality that I found in it, and it made me so upset because look at the good job that was done. Look how ignorant we have been. I mean, I got to know and learn for myself because I had Nigerian classmates. I've been invited to a couple Nigerian weddings. I'm open to people anyway. I always have an openness for people that look like me, that don't sound like me, because it's like, how did you end up wherever you were on the map? I know how I got here. Now, how you got over there to get whatever cultural traditions and everything that you've built and learned, and how are we all connected still? That intrigues me. That's beautiful to me. I love that. And the young me just had no clue that we existed. I just didn't have a clue of how connected we were, of how the workings of stuff is. But the grown me is seeing it with the eyes. It makes me upset because people did such a good job at it because we don't know. Because if everybody knew the what's up, if everybody from all of these different walks, if all of these melanated people knew the real and the what's up and got those connections going, that would be a problem. That would be a problem with keeping us oppressed. If you're up and you know what's going on, you're connected, you have a network, a real network, then everything would be ruined for whoever was trying so hard to keep us where we at now. It's the age of Aquarius, baby. It really is. Too many people are aware and they know. Too many people are aware. And this is obviously some just too many tactics, too much strength and energy was put into oppressing people, to not allowing people to see themselves. Why? Nobody's asking that question, why? Okay. It is Black History Month. I'm loving the fact that I am melanated. I am beautiful. I love all walks of life. So please don't get it twisted. Anybody that is on my channel who may not be a melanated person, I respect you. And I have love and I send light to everybody. Because that's what makes us beautiful. I love learning about different people. I love it. But I'm going to sit in the fact that I'm proud and I love what I got going on. And I'm going to sit in it and I'm going to call out mine. I'm going to call us out and I'm going to talk about us. And I'm going to call out people who not of us, who have done harm to our community. I don't want February to go by and I'm just over here like, kumbaya, we're great. We know. I'm not sitting here trying to do all that right now. I'm not trying to brag on us. We have taken part in creating some of the most beautiful things that everybody takes part in of this world. So I'm not here to brag on us. I'm not here to talk about how good we is and shine that type of light on us right now. That's what this purpose of this video is for. I want to shine a light on where we got to do something. We got to do something, y'all. We got to call it out. Call it out. Let's just call it out. Call me out. I'm calling, this is good. This is cleansing. I'm calling myself out on my old stereotypes, my old closed off ways, on my old falling into the stereotype. Because I do that a lot of times. I really do. I get it. I hope we all could do the same. I really hope y'all have a good February. Rest of your February, if you're into Valentine's Day or that kind of thing. I hope that's a good one because I know that's around the corner too. And my melanated people, stay excellent, baby. Y'all are beautiful. We are so beautiful. And as to everybody in the world, y'all have a good one. Until next time, I'm El Roche.